All right. Hey, everybody. I'm back. Let's watch NXT. Listen, man, I take 2 weeks off, and what happened? Like, when I was here, Grayson Waller was out here cutting pipe bomb promos, and now Zilla's here. OTM is gone. Lola Vice is about to show up on Raw. I mean, OTM's hooking up with Royce Keys now. Like, whoo! It's a very short amount of time to be gone. It feels like a lot of things happening. So, and we're a few days away from heat waves this weekend, which out of nowhere has shaped up to be a very compelling card, in my opinion. And we'll talk about this. I'm going to stay bonus minutes with you guys tonight after the show is over and give you my predictions for heat wave. So we'll do that. Yes. So hello, I'm just saying hi to everybody who popped in earlier in the day. Tyrell, good to see you again, man. Dossie, thanks, man. It's good to be back. George, as always, Zach, National Banana Split Day. All right, good to know. Last name, good to see you. Last name, I started watching the new season of Ted Lasso. Hey, we've got an incoming barn burner tonight. Ray Fenix, who's making the rounds on every show this week, taking on EK Prosper. We have seen what EK Prosper can do. It's going to be something crazy. And see the Ren QCC and Tony D'Angelo, all of our champs arriving. Some champ things happening. Good heat wave, of course. We're starting with a steel cage. Tonight is the final, allegedly, final blow-off between Saquon, Shugars, and Dion Lennox. And we're going weaponized steel cage. Last name, good to see you. Sophie Dopey, hello. Shamanika, it has been off for a couple of weeks. So here's one of the things, like, so I got a new job. That's why I've been gone for a couple of weeks. I'm a teacher, along with Mrs. Mark Virus. So getting adjusted to that schedule kept me out of the loop a little bit with my streams, but now I'm finally starting to get a hold of things and how things are going. So yeah. Hopefully we'll be back soon, at least for streams. I definitely will be around for Heatwave this weekend too. We'll ease our way back into stuff. So, George, so what I saw is that Ren and Zaria are having a unification match. Both titles are going to be on the line. So I wonder if speed is going away now. But Lexus King still has the men's speed title, right? Dion Lennox makes his arrival. Saquon about to come out as well. I want to see Saquon. That's not bad. That reminds me of the Chavo. I know, George. I hate that. I hate that for Ren. Hopefully it means they just have something different for Ren, because Ren is clearly a versatile and usable talent, and I'm glad they gave it a speed title to do something with it. But yeah, I don't know. All right. Oh, we just throwing trash cans at each other now. Bell rung, and we out here starting the cage match right now, y'all. Sophie Dopey, I saw your question about OTM and Lola Vice call-ups. I'll talk about that during a commercial break for sure to get my thoughts there. I know stuff's happening everywhere. But by the way, I didn't have a chance to go live and tell you guys, but the Chelsea Green Gunther segment on SmackDown from a couple of weeks ago, one of the best bits of performance, like promo performance, WWE has put on in a minute. So good from everybody involved. And then Cardona. But which he was gonna, he was gonna. But Chelsea and Nick Aldis and Gunther, all that was so good. Oh yeah, no, I was brutalized to hear about Dolly Parton. Last thing, I did see that Bronco got kicked out of Periscope Mall. I saw that clip online. I haven't been watching AAA Live, but I did see that clip, which I assumed that meant that OTM was going to be hooking back up together. But I thought that meant they were going to make a run for the NXT tag titles, because we've been waiting for that forever. But no. called right up and paired with Royce Keys. So let's see what happens. Jeez, Saquon just being thrown into a chair into the cage. Saquon just getting absolutely ragdolled by Dion Lennox. Yeah, I heard Ilya's leaving. I'm sad to see it, but also like they're not using him. So, I mean, if they ain't using him, go somewhere he can be used. And I hope that wherever he does go actually uses him. Because a lot of people are like, oh, AEW, AEW. AEW doesn't have a great track record with debuting and then utilizing new talent. Like, they can pop a big moment when somebody shows up, but after that, they're kind of like forgotten toys in Andy's room in Toy Story. Like, just one of those things.
Robert Stone for making.
Can everybody still hear me? Just checking. Can everybody still hear me? Okay.
To Sunday's premium live event Heatwave in Texas, but he wanted to be settled tonight. What a way to kick off the final NXT before Heatwave.
Yeah, so I feel like tonight's show is kind of like what the main roster does when they have those short PLEs. Like they're giving us big time matches for NXT. Okay, great, George. They're giving us big time matches for NXT that aren't going to make the cut for Heatwave. So this cage match is run, which is interesting that this is opening the show. Because I kind of felt like this would have been main event worthy. So tonight we're going to get this match, obviously. We're getting Zaria versus Kelly Armstrong. And then we're getting Ray Fenix versus EK Prosper. And then there's a big 8-man tag with BirthRight and then Noam, Romeo, and DVD and what's the Legacy?
Trash can and now again. Oh,
if Kendall loses to Kalani, George, I will be surprised. I mean, I for one think Kalani has earned. Here's the hard thing: is that all of Kendall Gray's matches seem to be up against people who we feel like have earned or deserved a run with the title, or at least I feel that way. But Kendall is like so new as a champion, and she clearly is like their idea of the future of the women's division. I don't see her dropping the title in any of these guys. Like, I thought if she was going to lose to anybody, she would have lost to Lola in the Underground. And when that didn't happen, I was like, okay, well. And I thought, like, when I say losing the Underground, I thought she could have lost to Lola and then Lola would have just flipped it back eventually. Because Kendall, I think, is the vision for them. Right.
It's Saquon's turn. And that chair just bent. That chair bent over the back of Dion Lennox.
Yeah, I don't know that Zilla's there for a long time either. So I'd be curious to see how he fares in this fatal four-way match with Tony and Grayson and I forget who the fourth guy is. I think what's his name? TNA. Whatever his new name is, Cruz Montana. Sorry, I was just getting used to that name when I took my break.
Running the dog segment right now. What the hell is this?
Oh my gosh, these chairs. Good grief. Dion just slammed Saquon on an upside down propped up chair.
Who's going to survive this weaponized steel cage?
Brutal stuff. Yeah, so listen, I'm happy for both Lola Vice and OTM to get called up, right? I think Lola is going to fit in just fine. I find it very intriguing that Lola is drafted to Raw because Raw is going to be pretty Latina heavy at this point, because you'll have Lola, Raquel, and Roxanne, and then Stephanie McCare. So I'm not mad at that at all, but I'm a little surprised it's not spread out a little bit. But there's that. What was better, Ray Fenix versus Lee versus Wagner, Mysterio versus Chad? Ooh, Lockwood. That's great questions. Now, to be fair, I need to go back and watch the entirety of the Chad Gable, Chad Gable, Ray Mysterio. But man, Chad and Ray can make magic, dude. it's a good time. Like, don't ever let somebody tell you that WWE can't do wrestling, because they know who they've got. And they give them time to work. I mean, they don't always do right by everybody. Like, we're gonna miss Ilya now that he's gone, but they know what they're doing. That's right. Tatum Paxley's main roster debut going to be this week. As is Blake Monroe is going to have an official match at some point. They're doing a thing with her and Julia, which is interesting. But yeah, the Heat Wave match. I'm looking forward to the most.
Lennox is in uncharted territory.
I'm kind of looking forward to Kendall Gray and Kalani. I mean, I'm intrigued by the men's title match, but yeah, we'll see. Lockwood, are you referring to? Is that Tanahashi? Is that the one, that guy who debuted with, who just got revealed as Shinsuke's partner? I don't have a real frame of reference for him. Obviously, his reputation precedes him. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he brings to the table. I'm glad they're investing in him and Shin together. Like, that gives Shin more to do on TV. And I think, if you guys just think about this. Think about Shin and Tanahashi. Think about Haku's boys. Think about the War Raiders. Like, you're about to get a strong style tag division on SmackDown. It's going to be pretty wild. And I mean, Priest can throw hands too. He doesn't always lay it in, but I have a feeling Priest, when he's in the ring with guys that lay it in, he will lay it back. In truth, listen, truth is, I know we use it as comedy relief, but still, Truth can, he's a vet, so he can handle all those points.
Something like that, because Lennox has been on fire, man.
And now,
so SmackDown's tag division definitely showing some potential. Saquon and Dion back here in the cage match. Dion kind of launched himself into the cage there. One of those spots. Am I surprised OTM got called up before Hank and Tank? No, I'm not. I do think Hank and Tank are more competent in the ring, but I think OTM have a better main roster appeal than Hank and Tank do. I don't see Hank and Tank in their current form being mega successful on the main roster as a team. I see them not as bad as Chase U, but I see them as a team that can really be uber in NXT, but the main crowd not connecting to it as much. Like, not taking them as seriously. And OTM is 100% built to be taken seriously, even if they are still kind of young. At least they wrestle kind of young. I don't know how I was surprised that they paired them with Royce Keys and they debuted them in a main event segment. I was surprised about that. But them coming up before Hank and Tank, now that doesn't really surprise me.
Derek Sanders, come on.
Heard rumors that Truth is going to retire. I mean, one of these days he's going to. I mean, the years, Smash Mouth says the years start coming and they don't start coming. So, Truth's time will come eventually, but you know what? I'm glad we got that second one. And I hope that he gets to walk away on his terms and not the company's. I would say he's earned that. Man, what a bump by Shugars. Lennox just hit him in the legs with a kendo stick while he was on the top rope. He bumped off the top rope and hit his back on the chair on the way down. Spinebuster on the trash can, middle of the ring, only gets 2. I'll tell you what, man. Dion Lennox, he's got that Farouk style. Spinebuster. It's getting better with every attempt. Nightmare King. Yeah, Money in the Bank. Yeah, I'm very, I'm actually happier that Money in the Bank is later in the year because now you can see a lot of the development of these like mid-card, upper mid-card guys. You can have a really difficult to predict Money in the Bank situation this year, which is always fun. There is a Heatwave Summit tonight. Okay. So, like, all the main event matches are going to be in the ring together? That doesn't sound like a good idea. There's a table in the ring that hasn't been broken. Oh, my gosh. Lennox just threw a chair right into Saquon's knee. Very creative violence. I like creative violence that isn't complicated to set up for a spot. Throwing a chair at somebody in the knee is a great oh, jeez. A great version of that. Dion Lennox just cracking Saquon in the knee with a chair. Again, just violence. And that candy-striped baseball bat. Now Dion's got it. He's trying to... He's doing like an Indian deathlock using the bat to assist him. Fenix and Penta? Oh, man, can't wait. That's going to be such a good... That's going to be a crazy good match. Wonder if Parker joins OTM and Keys. I mean, maybe last name. I mean, like, obviously they have the history, right? But do any of those other triplets of people, you know, like LA Knight, Silver Sephora, Bloodline, like, do any of those guys have like a lady hanging out there? That's my only thing. Like, what's Jada going to do if she joins?
What is he going to do with it?
I don't know that they'll play on her and Jey Uso's social history.
Dion wants to hurt Saquon because since the moment Dark State dumped Sugars,
yeah, Lucha Brothers going to show up in a 6-man tag on AAA. Should be a lot of fun.
I mean, the thing is, Saquon Sugar, he's from the street. This guy that knows all about doing it the hard way. This is a guy who had to fight and fall on the empty scene to get to this big time occasion. Right here tonight. Trust me, Vic. He's gonna fight for
headbutt into the trash can. What's Saquon going to do? We're going to do a top rope sunset flip powerbomb. Oh, and Saquon loses him. He loses him, and he his knee buckles, and he crawls under the table away from him. Oh, man. Dion just fell onto the table. The table collapsed without breaking. I tell you what, things are happening in the ring right now that are not according to plan, but Saquon and Dion are doing a great job of covering for it without looking lost in the ring. And honestly, I think they deserve credit for that because there are some guys. Wow. All right. Well, that's so much for the table spot. Saquon put a trash can on Dion, super kicked him up into, you know, like to lay him down on the table, and the table broke. But Dion's still laying there with the trash can on him, EO Sky style. And Saquon going up to the top. Oh, he's going to go to the top of the cage. Oh, Dion's up. He's got the trash can off him. Cross body. Good grief. 3. Saquon wins.
Universe on their feet. Saquon was willing to destroy himself.
They didn't panic. And, like, listen, that's all you can do. Like, wrestling is mad science, you know? Like, everything don't go according to plan. So you just got to roll with it and pivot and still make it look like a fight. And honestly, I would say the more complicated you make your spots, the more likely it is that things are going to look ugly when they don't go right. So, like, keep it simple. Keep the violence simple, but violent. And I think Saquon did that well with Dion. Good match. Natty's here. Did we ever? Good. Oh, Jada Parker's here. Okay, good. I'm really glad in the past 2 weeks I haven't missed the resolution of this story. All right, Natty and Jada, could we just add one more match? If we could get a gimmick match with those two at Heatwave, let's do it. What's up, Dro? Intro to acting. All right, dude. Do your thing, man. Yes, sir, last name. Football season next week. It is that time of year, dude. It's the greatest time of year. If we could just cool off a little bit outside, it'd be a happy camp. Because we are in the middle of a, no NXT pun intended, but a heat wave out here on the West Coast. Triple digits every day. And my fan is not in this room anymore, so it is a warm place to be. But happy to be here with you guys. Yeah, I want Natty and Jada heat wave. I'm telling you, man, give me the fight pit. Give me the fight pit. The Lion's Den match. We had that with Shamrock and Owen Hart back in like '98. Am I going to WWE Road to Survivor Series in Palm Desert? No, Mark. Yeah, sorry, Drew. No, I'm not. I'm not going to any live shows these days, but that would be a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. Unreal, currently on Netflix. By the way, I don't know if you guys are noticing that, but Unreal is clearly, like WWE is clearly booking a lot of their TV angles based on what they tell you is happening. Like Unreal is now a part of kayfabe, and like so, when they show you something to get heat on the writers' room, like the whole Chelsea Green story, man, they got us. They worked us for Unreal. All right, Lockwood asks my top 3 current in-ring best for WWE. Okay. I'm going to assume you're asking just about like technical wrestling acumen, right? Who like when they lock up in the ring, you're going to see a good wrestler do good wrestling, right? Chad Gable's in there, no doubt. All right, Lager says Chad, EO, Gunther. I'm not mad at that list at all. I think that's a decent list. Chad, EO, and Gunther. I like Gunther there too. I think I'll put Gunther there. And honestly, I know y'all probably just calling me Stan. That's the word they use. I'm going to throw Ren Sinclair in there. She is so good. She's so good in the ring. As far as just technical wrestling ability, right? Now, if you're asking me who my 3 favorite pro wrestlers are, when I mean pro wrestler, I'm talking about the package of in-ring wrestling, of promos, getting you to be invested in the story, all that stuff. Right now, 3 people I would say that I am all in on whenever they're in the ring doing something, in no particular order. Chelsea Green, Oba Femi, and who was it? I just had them on my time. Kevin Owens. Those 3, I'll stop to listen and watch whatever they're doing when they're on screen. And I mean, you know, there's more where that came from, but if I'm just shooting 3 right off the top, honestly, last name Sammy is a great answer there too. How do I feel about AJ Styles' son signing with Impact? Good for him, man. Hopefully he can be judged on his own merits and not have too much of that birthright sort of pressure on him. When I did read that, I laughed out loud. Not at his son, but I laughed out loud because of all the drama that was happening on Twitter, because some no-name indie wrestler was whining and complaining that he didn't like set up chairs or set up the ring at some indie event. And he was like trying to act like the big bad veteran and everything, and everybody just dragged him, rightfully so, about paying dues and all this other garbage. Like it's not the 60s, 70s, and 80s or 90s anymore, man. Like we have NIL athletes coming into NXT, like paying dues. That's not.
With the arrival of 3 brand
it's not. It's a thing of the past.
Less than a week away from Heatwave. Listen, man, before Zilla and Cruz signed
it's like
on the
people who
line, and before and after
who don't
Grace
want.
Rawler's
It's like people
NXT,
who don't want the
PLE after PLE for
don't
Tony
want people
B.
to have good insurance.
Now I'm starting to think that my competitors forgot who they're stepping in the ring with.
Anyway.
The only
Wasn't a fan
NXT
of
Grand
Punk
Slam
due to fat
champion
call while
in
Kevin.
history.
Yeah, I didn't
But they're
love.
only concerned with this
Yes,
because
Dossie,
of what
a
it can
complete
potentially
non-issue.
do for their careers.
Lockwood, I didn't
Perfect
love.
champ.
I
Former
expected
champs
more
Nova battling it out
out
on Raw
of
to see who the future of
Punk
WWE
and
is.
Kevin
Now the
on the
ruler may
mic.
want you to forget
Then
it,
you called me fat when I was on the
but I
Indies.
put them down first.
People have to stop
Now the prestige of being
coming at
NXT
Punk
champion is what brought Grayson
and
Waller back to NXT to
having
correct
beef
his
with
career.
him for who he was
Being
20
the
years
top
ago.
dog at
Like,
TNA, Cruz Montana left
there's
that
too much
for this
talent
title.
with
Zilla
Punk
Fox, too,
and other
chose to carve
wrestlers
out
that
his
they
own
can't just
career
give us
instead
a
of going
better
with the
story.
bloodline for this. Now Sunday, they got their reasons.
Tony
and I
cut his
got mine.
promo.
But fellas, I beat 3 men to win this title. And I'll beat the 3 of you to keep it. I'll see you tonight at the Summit.
All right. That's a fine line there, Tony.
This is Tony D.
Tony's saying, I beat 3 men to win this title.
Heatwave,
I'll beat 3 men
It's
to
time for
defend it.
Tony D to step up.
All
No
business.
more excuses. Step up, son.
But Tony got
Heatwave
Zilla,
is this Sunday
Grayson,
from a
and Cruz
champion
Montana
to
in there,
some
like all 3 like
Sarah Shriver
sort of
was invited
new-
earlier today to one of
new,
Vanity
whatchamacallit?
Project's favorite
new
spots.
additions,
I like those guys.
new commodities. Let's see. Now what we got earlier today.
Sorry we're late. I'm trying to get Jackson out of house in time. His project in and of itself.
Oh, it's the Vanity Project with Micah.
Fundos, of course you do. I'm gonna set up this game real quick. Right?
Okay, well, let's sit down. Come on.
Yeah.
Fair enough, Lockwood.
Sarah, the chemistry that you see
arguing
between us
semantics.
six, right? There's nothing fake about that. It damn sure didn't happen. Okay, we know it because we live it. Unlike Miles and Tavia.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So the
How are you
Vanity
guys different?
Project's got a tag
it's
title
not even
rematch.
close.
And then
Oh,
Jackson
no, it's not.
Miles
Look, sir,
Bourne
they
is doing
pretend to
double
be
duty.
friends.
He's
They think
wrestling
they're better
Jackson
than
Gray
everyone else, but in
for the North
reality,
American title.
they secretly think they're better than each other.
There's no shot one is waking the other one up.
Oh,
to
Dro,
go to
I hope you
training.
get in the class,
I
man.
wouldn't be surprised if Miles and Tavia weren't real friends.
Yeah, no shot. They're not real friends at all.
Yeah, but not us. We compete to make each other better, whether it's in the ring or here. Doesn't matter. We're locked in.
Yeah. Speaking of locked in, I'll show you how to get all 10 pins, yeah?
Yeah, you do that, Mama.
But we sacrificed everything
Grayson
together.
is a Samoan
Traveled up
DP,
and down the indies with each other. Go back to ID contract, then Evolve, and now NXT.
People will say what they want about it.
They're
That
terrible
created
bowlers.
A bond that makes this unit unstoppable.
Impressive. You guys are like a family. Yeah.
Brotherhood.
Including my head.
She's a brother. You see that?
Name. Oh, I thought for sure. Your turn, bro. It's his turn.
Boy,
Always do this everywhere we go.
a master at work.
Really, guys?
I tried. Where did you go?
Everywhere we go.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Is it just me, or is there too much dead air in this segment?
And now we're here because we're that freaking good. The best, even. Industry-defining tag team right
Okay,
here. A young
I get
goat
what
in
they're
the
doing
making
here.
myself. And
They're all
we
peacocking
also have
in their
most
interview
badass women in
and showing
wrestling
that they're actually
watching our
terrible
sex.
Well,
bowlers.
speaking of Micah, how's
But
it
I
been
feel
since
like the
Friday?
editing on this
No one's
segment
trying
is a
us
little
with
too
Miss Lock
disjointed.
Mama lurking. Oh, come on.
Damn
Last thing,
right.
I'm very
Time to
interested
cash
in
in
Ova versus
and win those
Braun. I think that can
And on
be.
Sunday at Heatwave,
That's
the
gonna be
boys
crazy.
are going to reclaim the tag team gold.
And Jack Show is about to be your new men's NXT North American champion.
VP is coming back decked out in gold. And the post Heatwave celebration is going to burn this place to the ground. I guarantee it.
It's gonna be insane.
Peace out.
Sarah, do it.
Hey, don't be rude.
Go.
There. Get in there.
Yeah, bro. I know you're a fan, dude. All right, Natty's in the ring, y'all. I wouldn't hate that, Lockwood.
Okay, guys, okay. I came to NXT because I wanted to fight Jada Parker.
All right, she's gonna fight Jada.
You see, I saw something in Jada that was so special, something I haven't seen in any woman in a very long time. Jada looks like $1 million. She speaks like $1 million. She wrestles like $1 million, and she can knock me on my ass. But I also saw something else. Wasted potential. You see, Jada has all the tools, but she has no idea what to do with any of it. Jada lost a couple matches. Jada got soft. Jada got comfortable. And guess who exposed her? Me. Jada,
Okay,
that was the
Jada.
best thing that ever
Okay.
happened to you, because guess what you did? You stepped up. You started wrestling better. You started speaking even better. And you started believing that you could run this division. Jada, I gave you the most valuable asset in all of women's wrestling. My attention.
Natty out here taking credit for Jada Parker.
And Jada, you were a possibility that I turned into a reality. You're welcome.
All right, here comes Miss Parker. Now let's see what happens. Oh, she got her finger up in there already. Y'all listen.
Since you came to NXT, Natty, since you came to NXT, you've been trying to prove to me and everybody that I'm
Even the
exactly who
crowd is
you say
shushing
I
at you.
am. What you say, wasted potential, soft, doesn't belong here. Don't sound like it to me. But yeah, Natty, I did question myself. I took a lot of losses, but I take a lot of losses very hard. So, baby, you are not special. So please understand that I see you. I see straight through you. Yes, you have records, you have the legacy, but you and I both know this is not out of the goodness of your heart. You saw a woman on the come up and you tried to break me. So everybody, say thank you, Natty, because you reminded me just who the hell Jada Parker is. I am not one of your low friends. I don't need your
little
acceptance.
friends.
I don't want your experience, and I damn sure don't need you out of all people trying to tell me who the hell I am. If anything, you should be thanking me with your ungrateful ass. Because when you want to become the topic of discussion again, you came to the right person. You're welcome.
There she is. There's the Jada that I have been dying to see. I mean, she finally came out. Amazing. Amazing. You know what?
Really
I don't
awesome.
want a regular match with you, Jada.
Oh,
At Heatwave in Texas, I want a
Heatwave.
submission match with you.
Submission match.
So, back up. If that's what you want, I promise you that's what you gonna get, because you may be the low-key legend, but at Heatwave, I'm a high-key wax that ass.
Let's go, Jada.
Everybody is going to be chanting, "Miss Beach."
All right. Who asked me what my most anticipated match at Heatwave was? It just changed. I've been asking for this for a month. We get Maddie and Jada submission match at Heatwave this weekend. Oh, we get Keanu and Cam Hendricks tonight too. Okay, I mean that'd be all right. Hopefully Keanu just drops his canvas on my nerves.
And then you deliver good matches.
Yeah, we going with Jada for sure. That is the story, right? Like as soon as we saw Natty show up and start calling out Jada, I was excited because Jada, WWE needs Natties to show up, to be the veteran, and raise up people who, honestly, like for real, everything,
The fans beat him to the point.
everything that Natty said in real life is true. Like not so much that she was soft, but like. I wanted to show up and challenge you to be the best version of yourself and all this other stuff. All that is for real. So Jada has stepped up her game by working with me. And the way you finish telling that story is Jada getting at it. And after that, I don't know. I don't know where you take Jada after that. You could give Jada, listen, you got two options as far as I'm concerned. You either get to belt up Jada, and listen, if you belt up Jada, tell me that it isn't money. So for Jada to go after Kendall Gray to say, I already took down a wrestler's wrestler and Natty made her tap. Kendall, I can make you tap too. Or go ahead and have her run through Zaria. I mean, you can belt her up in NXT or send her to the main roster. I'm telling you, man, the main roster is crowded right now. So, like, unless you're willing to put her in there on Raw and have her, who's the Intercontinental Champion now? Raquel? Have her go take down Raquel? Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, JC Jane just won the U.S. title. She don't need to be going after any WWE women's titles right out of the gate. Like, Jada is someone who needs to take the journey. That's part of the magic. She's not an open enemy, like, show up and put her in the main, you know? And that's okay, right? I don't want Jada to get caught. I said this before. I said this with Lola. And I've said with Kalani, like, the thing is about the women's division in NXT, it is so stacked. Like, let some of the let some of the women in that stacked division, like, run things for a while. Like, keep Zaria there for a while. I'm a little disappointed that they jumped to Kendall Gray so fast. Because you had Kalani, you have Ren, you know I love Ren. You have Jake Kalani, you have Lola, you have Zaria, you got Jada, and all these women who have been working things up, and they just passed the belt to Kendall. And, like, listen, Kendall's great. Don't get me wrong, love Kendall, but, like, they could have had her work her way up the chain. Put her in the North American scene first. But anyway, I would keep Parker in NXT. Just for a little while longer. Like, I don't think they need to be in a rush. There's already so many women, and there's just so many women in the main roster. So, like,
Back live.
yeah, it would be. All right, here comes Cam Hendricks. Cam Hendricks gonna take on Keanu Carver. I wonder Keanu gonna do something here.
I hope Cam Hendricks' insurance is great because he's going in there with
Is this our
someone who
progressive
is
segment of the night? Big Joseph. Oh, all right, Joe. What do you order from CPK when you get stuff? I like the dynamite shrimp. That's a good appetizer. Also, they have like a barbecue burnt end. Something really good. All right, that's Keanu.
And this match came about after Carver met with our general manager, Robert Stone.
I'm really starting to figure out how this place works. Yeah, keep this momentum going, stack some wins, and I'm entitled to attention, right?
I mean, that does sound about right, yeah.
Yeah, so how about I get Cam next?
You know, I like that idea because what went down with you two last week. So how about we do it
All right, Joe.
Tonight?
Sophie, my break is
get ready
good,
right now.
honestly. Like, I missed you guys.
tonight?
Genuinely, I did.
Tonight.
But also, like, man, it was nice to have a little bit of rest.
Thank you.
Because the new job has been exhausting. It's been really, really good.
Part of you proud
But it's
Carver
been
seems to be maturing. In his own words, he's figuring it out.
You gotta have allies, man. I said it before. You can't make it in the locker room. You have no chance at making it in the ring.
Inside cradle.
He's wising up. He's wising up. I like that.
When was we ever seen Carver do an inside cradle
Tell you
before?
what,
Yeah, didn't Carver win a match a few weeks ago with an inside cradle? Like,
it seemed like he was taking
that's the
his
thing.
time.
Carver's starting
He
to
didn't have
act smarter in the ring.
aggression look on his face.
Last name, I'm enjoying Ted Lasso
I still
season
don't know
4
what's
so
scarier,
far.
Carver
The
with
first
his first
episode
arrive or
that started
Carver
off a little bit
side
slow,
of Keanu
but
Carver.
kind of once they got back to England,
The control side.
I really enjoyed it. It feels just different
You
enough
gotta be able to stay on your pins.
to not feel like a reach run. There's a couple of characters I miss.
You know,
Like,
Carver
I
wants
miss that,
championship opportunities. He wants
Nate's
to be part
not
of
there,
premium live events. Our
Donnie's not there,
Heatwave Summit is still
and,
coming. Of course,
King
Heatwave
Tart
this
isn't
Sunday.
there.
Premium live
But I
event
know the
is
show's not
every
about the
instant on the
men's team,
CW
right?
and international.
So,
on
but
Netflix.
still,
Cam, you can do something.
I'm enjoying what I'm seeing.
You need to use your noodle.
So far,
You know,
By the way,
though,
speaking of shows,
I mean, is this
X-Men
match even
97
fair to Cam Hendricks?
was so good. I thought I wasn't rocking with season 2, but man, the way they worked out the Gambit, Rogue, and Nightcrawler storyline by the end of the season was just
take it down.
love it. Hey, Celeste, I know I've been out for a couple of weeks with my new job, but I'm starting to get my legs back here. And happy to be here
Carver is
for
learning.
Heatwave.
Is it clicking that maybe being respectful?
Yeah, you know, I miss Briggs too. Like, he's no world champion material necessarily, but like, he plays a role in wrestling that wrestling needs more of. It's like bully big man, JBL role. I know people want to hate on Baron Corbin, but it's because he's good at his job. You're not supposed to like Baron
Cam
Corbin.
Hendricks need to be
And so, like,
some ways.
I like when that guy is that kind of guy is a man. Yeah, Coach Beard
Let me tell you something.
man.
A win over Carver. What kind of attitude you think you're gonna have? What kind of attitude you think?
Ooh, nice kick there by
Showtime
Hendricks.
kick isn't going to be enough. Into the cover. Hooks to
Oh, all right, Celeste.
Carver kicked out
Is it just weird to me, like, Cam Hendricks' glove situation? His gloves, like, I don't love that he wears gloves that have fingers on them. Like he's a professional driver who just got out of the car naked and get into the ring. I don't, there's something visually disruptive about that. It's like he wears those gloves like a football receiver. What in the world? Keanu Carver. A pop-up German suplex. Goodness gracious. Keanu, okay. Come on, Keanu. Coming out. Oh, pounce. Pounce. They absolutely do that. Beard and myself. I was trying to yank Hendricks up. Oh, cheap shot at Keanu. Oh, there's Mason Rook. Mason Rook jumped out of his own shoes. Fisherman suplex. Keanu Carver with the perfect plex. Yo. Okay, don't get me wrong. But am I 2 weeks off? Did Keanu Carver become a better wrestler? Dude, Keanu Carver, it looks like 1989 Mike Tyson and is wrestling like Gunther in here. This is the missing piece. I'm about to jump on the Keanu Carver train, y'all. I was a little bit late, but I didn't miss it. Celeste. Yes. Okay, I've seen episode 1 of Lanterns. Okay, real quick, personal Mark by Wrestling household story. My son is out of town right now on a trip to the football team. And we started watching Lanterns right before he left. So now can't watch episode 2 until he comes back. But I love Lanterns. I'm a huge Kyle Chandler fan from Friday Night Lights and all the other stuff. And him as Hal Jordan is great. I really like what's the actor's name? Aaron Pierre, Jon Stewart. I like him a lot too. I've seen him. He's in a movie on Netflix called Rebel Ridge, which is really good. Anyway, I love it. I love that Lanterns feels kind of like a season of True Detective, but with superheroes, because that's a great show in its own right. And so I love the sort of grounded murder mystery aspect. It's very, very good. I don't want to oversell it because I don't know if it's for everybody, but that kind of show is my kind of show. Right, I know. Usually you slam somebody else out of their shoes last game, but he slammed Cam Hendricks out of his shoes.
You might as well call me One Shot Lonnie, because in my first shot at the NXT Women's Championship, I'm going to beat Kendall Gray.
Well,
because when your name's Kalani Jordan, you don't need years to become a star.
Yeah, Guy Gardner. Yeah. Guy Gardner, I think, does show up in the season at some point. But he hasn't shown us yet. At least not an episode 1. I haven't seen episode 2. But yeah, very good. Callie Armstrong and Zaria tonight. It's going to be big, meaty women, I guess. You know, it's Big E special, but in terms of quality. Yeah, man. Yeah, I love Guy Gardner. But yeah, so Lanterns is a really good show. Yeah, dude. NXT will be good tonight. But yeah, dude, Keanu Carter, he's been putting in that work. Shamanica, I think, was the one who said it. Yeah, he's been working 100%. Shamanica, like, that is a guy that
or at the WWE
Tony D
warehouse.
should get worried about, because if Keanu keeps putting it together,
this is
like,
where we keep our history.
he has got the aggression
more guys get
of
to
an
come out here and see it.
Obafemi.
Kind of puts
And
it in
he
perspective for me that
wrestles.
I'd like to
They're
be able
starting to
add
put
my
forth
own
this
thing.
idea that he's actually an intelligent
The
monster,
history is,
and like they don't do that
plentiful.
very much in
I mean,
wrestling. It's
these
a
aren't
rarity.
small items.
So if you can
This
bring
is
that forth,
Steiner Brothers,
if they can make
letter
that
jacket
translate to
just
the main
hanging right
roster,
here.
that's
Dusty
going to be a lot
Rhodes
of fun.
robe,
You know who it kind
Ring
of reminds
Warren.
me of? Speaking of intelligent monsters, Samoa Joe.
Ultimate Warrior denim.
There
Just,
is a Samoa Joe-ish
this one's a
quality to
deep cut,
Keanu Carter.
stunning Steve Austin.
And that
These
could
things
work.
feel like they were worn yesterday,
That could
but in
work
some
with that.
cases, it's 30,
Not saying
40
copy
years
paste
ago, and
Samoa Joe, but
goes like
the
that.
idea that Joe could just bull rush you and bury you and bulldoze you into the ground, but he thinks his way through it at the same time, which honestly just makes him that much more dangerous. He works smarter. So I'm cool. I am cool. There you go, Shamanica. You and me, bro. We're on the same page for sure. Yeah, Samoa Joe, Keanu Carter. Ooh, now I'm just saying their names together. What a tag team that could be. It would have been a bad day at the office. You know, Samoa Joe and Keanu Carter could have fit with like Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow, or Dr. Death and Terry Gordy back in the day. Just that like hyper violent, but not like death match. So there weren't death match guys. They were just like, when you got in the ring, it was like road warrior time. You were going to walk away with bruises. So yeah, they're about that level, for sure. But for those of you just joining us after the show tonight, I'm going to give you a quick rundown of Heatwave coming up this weekend and my predictions. And we have added one more match to the Heatwave card. I don't have a graphic for it, but I just announced it on the show. We get a submission match with Natty and Jada Parker. I'm guessing we're finally going to blow off that team. I'm super excited about it. That is the match I've wanted since I saw them teasing the feud in the first place. So I'm happy to see where we go with that. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. But we don't have quite. And also, that show starts earlier in the day. It's 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific. So that's an afternoon show. It is an afternoon show. Can you hear me better now, George, at all? I think my volume was a little high on the program. But yeah, Heatwave is starting at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, last time I checked. So it's going to be an early show. So early-ish, not like Australia or Saudi Arabia early, but yeah, a lunchtime broadcast. So man, yeah, pack your snacks, get your hot pockets or your pizza rolls or whatever you want to do. 888 is before Lockwood. Okay, I thought 888 was second, but yeah, it's a double shot of WWE. I'll have to consider whether or not I'm going to be able to do the AAA show. I don't know if I'll be able to do the AAA show. That's going to be a lot to do. But I'm definitely going to be there for Heatwave. We're going to make that happen. So we'll figure that out, fam. But yes, Heatwave is going to be a great show. They're stacking that card. Who knows? We might still have one more match to go. Because at this point, we have got. Let me check. We've got 1, 2. We got 6 matches. So maybe that's it. Zilla Fatu video segment.
Looks like
HEATWAVE got a whole lot.
Who's going to open HEATWAVE? A last name, I'm almost positive it's either going to be Miles Bourne and Jackson Drake or the tag title match. Because if Miles Bourne is doing double duty, I would put one of his matches first and the second one later in the night.
See this chain? My dad Umaga. I wear this on my neck.
Oh, that's right. Zilla is Umaga's son.
Every day. You see, my last name is a blessing and it's a burden. But when it's all said and done, you guys gonna remember my first more than my last. Because I'm not just another Nepo baby, bloodline baby, whatever you want to call it. I'm a badass man who made his own way to get here. And yeah, I get excited when I talk, but I even get more excited when it's time to go down. You see, I ain't gonna lie. Drama here, drama there, controversy here, controversy there. Because it's part of the Zilla Fatu show. Believe that. Getting here was half the battle. But the chance of me becoming NXT champion after my first match, how long? You may think I got this title shot for a lot of reasons. And to be honest, the answer is simple. I came in and I made a legendary splash. Over 25 million views on social media. And that was just my debut. Now imagine what I do this Sunday. At HEATWAVE, Fatal 4-Way, Tony D, Montana, Grayson Waller, hell matter to me, they all compete. And after Sunday, when I'm done with them, they gonna know why they call me the main man.
Okay. Well, you know what? That's the first real promo I ever heard from Zilla. I tell you what, man, he's got a lot of emotion for a Fatu. I think that's going to separate him from the other guys once he eventually gets called up, right? Because he gives more, I think he gives more articulation and passion than Jay, and he's more serious than Solo, and he's more animated than Roman. So I think if they let him be that, he could really be his own guy. That's the hard thing with the Fatus is that you can put them all together in the bloodline, you can bloodline all day, but eventually those guys got to get broken up, and they each have to be able to sink or swim on their own. And I think Zilla can do it. Because in WWE, you have to keep someone's attention, and you can't just do that with your moveset. And so I'm very curious.
She will be added to the Women's Speed and North American Championship Unification match this Sunday at HEATWAVE.
Oh, okay. So there's a stipulation in this match. If Callie Armstrong beats Zaria tonight, she will be added to the unification match on Saturday. So there's stakes for this match. I thought she was just going to be a warm-up for Zaria. You don't think they're going to add Callie Armstrong to the match, George? Shamanica, I wouldn't be mad at that. I mean, you could really build Zaria for something there. Yeah, Callie made her entrance during the Zilla Fatu video. Zilla and Jacob, oh my gosh, last name. Tell me about it. That's nasty work.
This is a big match for her to go out here with this match. Like I said, have championship implications as far as I'm concerned. A loss is unacceptable.
Would be Callie Armstrong's first premium live event, and certainly Armstrong has come a long way since LFG.
Yeah, right now,
Yes, Dawson, that is the key, right? That's where JC Mateo failed and where Zilla is going to succeed. And I say JC Mateo failed, but that's where creative failed JC Mateo, is they just had him be a face in the background. But they are giving Zilla his own distinct personality. And that's why NXT is a good place, because he can actually build and develop that personality so he knows how to use it once he's in the ring with his family, because he's going to have to stand out on his own to a degree. Excellent observation, Dawson. You're 100% on that. And I wouldn't blame JC Mateo for that either. Like, they just made him a face in the background. Honestly, the Tongans, before they brought Haku in, they were doing the same thing to them. Tama finally starting to get his own attitude. Some of it was ripping off Will Ospreay's finisher, but still, it was something.
This Sunday at HEATWAVE, and right now Armstrong just getting lit up
Right? I don't have a problem with them adding Callie. Also, like if you didn't want to, I'm not saying use Callie to just take the pin, but a triple threat is always an interesting foray if you want to protect somebody from losing.
Look at the body, baby. So that department.
You're right, last name. This is the Big E special, but for the ladies, and we don't really get those very often.
That's what it's gonna come down to.
Callie Armstrong trying to make the Unification Championship match a triple threat, while Zaria trying to keep it singles this Sunday in
Also,
Texas.
even if Zaria does
Sunday will be
win,
the
I like
first
it when they add stakes to a match, and that
for
doesn't
a
necessarily
NXT
make it predictable, right?
Over 3 years, you definitely want to be part
I
of
thought Callie
history.
Armstrong,
And
I think
Heatwave
Callie
in
Armstrong
Texas
just trying to
has
make
right now
waves
Callie
wherever she can
to
go.
pepper it again.
Oh,
Zaria,
Lockwood.
that
Yeah, you
blast
asked
right
about
was
Dolly
to the bridge of the
Parton.
nose,
While
and
this
Zaria
match is going
to the inside.
That's the power right there.
Lockwood, I'm going to star your comment. I'm going to come back to it when we hit a commercial break, which might be any second now, because they just did the dive to the outside, which is that's going to go. Like clockwork, guys. Been watching wrestling for too long. All right, thoughts on Dolly Parton's passing. Let me tell you guys something about Dolly Parton, man. That was devastating to read today. Just absolutely devastating to read about Dolly Parton's passing. Listen, there's some people in life that are just generally likable by everybody. Doesn't mean I don't mean like everybody's a fan of her music, but there's just not a man. You know, I think about like Mr. Rogers or the Crocodile Hunter. Like some people really loved him too, and like when those people passed, you're just like so sad about it. And I just because they're just universally liked and they're universally good people. And like Dolly never really had much of a harsh word to say about people. She always had a positive outlook on things. You know, she was a staunch woman of faith too. Something that I really admired about her is that she never really held hatred for anybody. And she also didn't shy away from her beliefs either. She's like, this is who I am. This is what I believe, but you know, I love you too, you know? And like more people could learn from that example that it's possible to stand firm in your faith and not be hateful to people. Like that sounds like such an obvious thing to say, but nevertheless, yeah, man, like, I loved Dolly's music. Like her era of country is like so authentic to me, you know, storytelling. She wrote so many of the songs that made fame, you know, made her famous, you know, made other people famous too. You know, she gave Whitney Houston a great blessing with I Will Always Love You. And I know a lot of people covered Jolene too, which is a great song. She actually covered another guy's song, a guy named Don Francisco, this song written at Easter time called He's Alive, which about the resurrection of Jesus, which is just one of my favorite songs. Her version of it is one of my favorite songs. It's a story. It's a song story about the disciple Peter sitting in anguish and grief after Jesus dies, only to see him resurrected by the end of the song face to face, which is and like the way she tells that story, just man, so good. So good. Like she takes you on a ride in that song. It was just so beautiful. And man, everything she did was beautiful. So yeah, I'll miss her, man. I just I think the world is just a little bit of a darker place than it was yesterday because she's not in it anymore. So yeah, man, I want to go watch Steel Magnolias or 9 to 5 or listen to some Dolly music or something, buy a vinyl so I have it, you know, or something, just to have her stuff around, man, because she was a treasure, dude. She was like America's grandma, and it was just yeah, love her to death. Hope she has all the peace that she wants and she's earned, man. Nothing but love for Dolly Parton. So thanks, Lockwood, for asking. Also, yeah, Hayden Panettiere, I never knew how to say her last name, but man, I remember her from Heroes, from Remember the Titans, from a lot of stuff. And man, just what a tragic loss there too. With such a talented actress too. Like, I mean, she did a lot of stuff, but those were the two projects I knew her from the most. But just, yeah, absolutely devastated to hear about her as well, since I wasn't around to stream that week as well. So anyway, we'll go back to wrestling now. I won't bum you guys out as much with sad talk, but yeah, we lost some real talented, lovely ladies over the past couple of weeks. So, oh yeah, that's right. She did a Voice of Kingdom match too. That's right. The main event tonight, George, is likely going to be the Heatwave Summit, where they're putting Tony D and the other contenders, and I think Kendall and Kalani in the ring. A lot of the people in matches are going to be in the ring. I don't know what's it's just a promo segment or what. That's my guess. That's what the main event's going to be. We'll see what happens.
North American title is not on the line, but it's huge implications because if Callie Armstrong can win, she'll be added.
What
to the
if Jacob
unification
leaves?
match
Shamanika
between
asked, if
Zaria
Jacob
and
leaves the
Moreno,
bloodline
Sunday
and he
at
joins
Heatwave to
OTM,
make
how do you
that
feel?
dream
I think that's
North
that'd be a
American
dangerous
Championship
group.
match, a triple threat unification match.
Press with Zaria getting her wits back.
Oh,
into that
Shamanika.
mix.
Yeah, you know what? Me and AJ absolutely got to get back together and talk movies. We, you know, I had mentioned, you know, my job kind of throwing my schedule out of whack. We had planned actually to have a conversation about Spider-Man before Brand New Day came out, but I just couldn't hold up my end of the deal, unfortunately. But Brand New Day, which was fantastic. Maybe Tom. I think Tom Holland's best Spider-Man for sure. Big power bomb by Callie Armstrong here on Zaria too. Until Dawn. Yeah, I remember that game. I never finished it. I need to pick up the PS5.
Somewhere right now, Renson Claire is having a sigh of relief that unification match as of right now.
Yeah, we ought to probably do another Marvel talk before Doomsday at some point.
On LFG.
I'll have to see when he's ready to reconvene or we can get together. We probably got to do some. Probably got to do ourselves some predictions, probably for Sunday night's main event. Tell you what, this has been quite a back and forth match. Yeah, Sophie. I mean, you know, they'll call up Zilla when they think he's ready, but
Universe.
You know me. I'm a big fan and supporter for NXT, and I'm never in a rush to send people up to the main roster. Because they can really do some great work here in NXT before they go. Ooh, big leapfrog. I have not seen that can reimagine too, Lucky. Was that any good? Uh-oh, Callie's running. She's going to try to hit that pounce, I bet. But she eats a spear from Zaria. F5 incoming. Whoa, no. Callie with the roll-up. Callie just got added to the match. She steals a win from Zaria. We got a triple threat match now, y'all. Love it. Yes, Celeste. Brand New Day is so good. I love that sort of you know, smaller story feel. It's nice not to have the entire universe at risk and make it a city run for that again. But yeah, it was beautiful. Okay, so one person is going to unify all three of those belts. I wonder how it's going to go.
It's so cool. Yeah, can't wait. Oh, William, I want to meet Dr. Tan. It's one of the best we have.
We really need the soft tissue in your ear to heal. If you keep taking hits, you could suffer hearing loss or further balance issues.
I get that, but I'm cleared, right?
Yes, you are medically cleared as tolerated, but Kendall, I gotta warn you, you're playing with fire.
I understand that, but defending this title is my priority.
I gotta come here, Doc.
They are playing up the
Look, he said
idea
I'm cleared, but he is worried.
that Kendall is
and to make
taking
everything
risks.
worse, Callie just beat Zaria, which means that Heatwave, I'm going to have a triple threat. And also, did you hear what Kalani said earlier?
Yes, I did, but I'm going to address that tonight in the Senate.
Shamanika, the winner of that triple threat, Heatwave gets both titles.
That was good. I needed that.
I like him. We should keep him around.
I agree with you. Look, he's going to win the Wawa 250 Friday.
Yes, yes.
At Heatwave, you're going to unify the titles. I'm going to keep mine, and it's going to be a great weekend for the Red QCC. Oh, that was good. Look, we can all have it.
All right, here comes BirthRight. 8-man tag incoming. So let's see if Lexus has got the split title with him. Yes, yeah, he still does. All right, here comes the BirthRight and Stacks. It's our longest running. You know what, George? I gotta believe, man. I gotta believe in Ren. Even if, and that's part of loving wrestling and being a fan is backing the horse in the race that you feel like may not win, but you just want him to. And that is Ren Sinclair to me. I want her to win. But we'll see what happens, because we just had Callie Armstrong go through Ren Sinclair and Zaria in consecutive weeks. And so, do you really think she's going to beat her again?
It doesn't matter who's
Coach, I need a water break.
And it doesn't matter. It's not pre-soaked or pre-rinsed.
And it doesn't.
But yeah, you got Ren, you got Zaria, you got Callie. Callie has beaten them both now. Zaria feels like the strongest opponent of the three, even though she just lost this match. And Ren absolutely feels like the underdog compared to both of them. Let's see what happens.
Really does matter.
Did I hear
miracle?
get prepared for Avengers Doomsday? You have to watch 14 movies and one TV show to know what's going on. Shamanica, man. You know what? I have a feeling I'm not going to watch any of them, and I'm just going to walk in and hope for the best. Like, I love taking the Marvel movies as they come. I've seen most of them in the theater when they came through. There was a few I waited until they came on streaming. But now thinking about going back and watching them again just kind of feels like homework. And it's nothing personal. It just, man, it feels like homework. Like, I don't want to watch 10 movies just to know what's going on, Honestly, just telling me, because I've seen the list. Because there's Fox movies, there's MCU movies, there's a season of Loki, 2 seasons of Loki, I guess, and all of that. I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I don't want to go back to all that. But just seeing the titles, though, it kind of keeps me in mind. That's what it's going to be. Okay, George. You know what? The thing that George, the idea that you're booking. So here's what George is saying. My fantasy booking: Ren Sinclair loses a speed championship, but Kendall keeps her title. There's some jealousy, Ren, where she turns on Kendall and challenges her title. I think that's going to happen with Miles Moore and Tavion. I think they will lose the tag team titles, and I think Tavion might turn on Miles and cause Miles to lose the North American title. Because he's mad that they lost the tag titles. So I think you put the tag match first in the night, and Miles somehow screws it up and loses, causing Tavion to lose his title. And then later in the night, Tavion accompanies Miles to the ring and causes him to lose that title out of spite. That's just honestly what I think is going to happen. Like, I think the story could support what you're saying with Ren and Kendall because they've been together for so long. I just don't know if I would buy Ren as a heel. Now, if she can pull it off, then she's the total package. Because she's a great babyface and a great wrestler. But I'd be curious to see. I'm sorry. There's just this large family crowd just sitting there stone-faced wearing a virtual mask, and it's so true. Anyway, I'm curious if Ren can pull if she can beat him. If she can do it, then the sky's the limit. If you can prove that you can be both loved and hated by the crowd, I'm not sure the NXT crowd wouldn't pick her over Kendall Gray. I think they could. I feel like it could backfire like a Becky Lynch Charlotte Flair situation. Because she's more charismatic than Kendall by far. So we'll see. All right, here's Romeo and Noam. Tavion and Ren trying to get together. Ooh, that's intriguing.
This certainly is going to be
I did see that shit. Don't you just hate it for Bianca? Like, you know what, man? I hope her baby is healthy. Her and Taz are doing well. I hope she heals up, man. I would love to see her in the ring again, but like, the more I see that stuff, I wonder how much. I haven't read anything. I have nothing to base this on. But I just wonder sometimes how much she wants to come back. Now that she's a mom and she's been dealing with a nagging injury on top of it. I'm just curious. I wonder, you know?
I would think it would be Lexus King. Look, Lexus King is a lot to think about.
Supernova chance for Noam Dar. Oh, okay. Charlie Dempsey starting it off.
To the men's speed title. Lexus King has to be thinking about what's going to happen to that championship.
But listen, we love Bianca in this house. So when she wants to come back, we'll be waiting. But anyway, I just hate that luck over her. And also, I would really love to see them. The wrestling is wrestling here in this match. Okay, Dempsey. Dempsey and Noam Dar, man. Let these guys cook, dude. So, all right, here's the thing. I would love. I know. I kind of wish. Speaking of saying, you know, some of y'all have said I want people to stay in NXT all the time. Charlie Dempsey, like, give that man a shot on the main roster. Just look at him, because he can carry the load in the ring easy. Anyway, back to Bianca. If she were to come back, the landscape of women's wrestling has almost changed completely since she left. So, like, she's got all fresh new matchups if she wants to come back. And, like, that's one reason I want to see her come back. Could you imagine Bianca and Chelsea Green, or Bianca and Sol Ruka, or Bianca and Roxanne, or Bianca and Liv, or Bianca and Raquel, or Bianca and Lash, Bianca and Nia, Bianca and Tatum? Like, there's Bianca and Tiffany. Like, she has not really, it doesn't even matter if she's on SmackDown or Raw. Either show, Bianca and Stephanie Vaquer, or Bianca and Blake Monroe, like, it doesn't matter SmackDown or Raw. Almost the entire, I didn't even mention Fatal Influence. The entire women's division is fresh matchups for Bianca if she comes back, because she hasn't faced hardly any of them. All the women she was dealing with before she left are gone or tied up with something else, like Becky Lynch. I mean, she ain't around as much. Bayley, she's on her way to do something. Bianca hasn't met Lyra Valkyria. Naomi is at home too. Who else is Bianca dealing with? Io, and I mean, Asuka's gone home. Kyra's gone. I mean, yeah. Bianca has never faced Charlotte. That's the one horsewoman she hasn't faced yet. So I wanted that Bianca Charlotte one-on-one match. I wanted her to collect the last horsewoman for her crown. Listen, I mean, listen. If anyone is asking my opinion about Bayley, I think Bayley is on the natty pipeline. Like, I could see Bayley in LFG. I could see Bayley at the PC. I could see Bayley doing double ankle locks going on here. Yeah, I could see Bayley taking on that natty role, being player coach, you know, because everybody loves Bayley. And one thing I've seen from Unreal, assuming we trust that, is that she's like super loved by the ladies' locker room. And she is super supportive of all the women. Like, even people she's doing stories with, people she's not doing stories with. Like, she's ever present in the lives of the ladies in the locker room. So, like, she definitely seems like sort of the Undertaker of the women's locker room. And so I could see her sticking around and being a mentor. If that was something she wanted to do. I think if that's something she wanted to do, she could. I know we threw around this word about being like when the New Day or others about being a lifer in WWE. I think she could definitely be there for a very long time. She brings that kind of backstage value, not just on camera value. But yeah, Schumacher, you're right. Ever since Naomi, Bianca, Kevin, Stephanie left, the division has been. Yeah, I mean, for sure. At least we got Stephanie and Stephanie back, and you know,
That's what
should be
BirthRight is all about.
making her.
So they're different because of his haircut.
100% Bailey's got a Hall of Fame record. Every horsewoman does.
Change your hairstyle.
Yeah. Well, Ray Fenix at least is going to be the main event match. At least we've got that Summit too, but Ray and DK Prosper, yeah, like we've had a really good night of matches tonight in NXT. Oh, that's right, Elio LaFleur. We forgot all about him, Rockwood. I did. TNA Lethal Lockdown had people on the same team wearing the same color clothing with these type of men. You mean 8-0? You know, Dawsey, do you remember like the brand supremacy years of Survivor Series where all the Raw guys wore a red shirt and the SmackDown guys wore a blue shirt? I remember that sometimes. Sometimes it helped, but I don't know. I mean, it helped a little bit, but then sometimes I don't really love the team loyalty thing, unless it's like faction. Like if the Bloodline is on a team, I'm fine them having a bit of unity. You know what they should? What I would love to see them do instead, Dawson, is to just wear the same color in their gear. Not so much same shirts. Maybe that's what you're saying. But they all wear their same gear, but they unify the colors. I think that would be a bad idea.
And there comes Stacks trying to legitimize himself as a threat here in NXT into the cover.
Like how the Judgment Day wore purple and black all the time.
Romeo
This
has taken a
that
lot
was
of
good.
punishment over the last few minutes, and it's brought a
2
lot
weeks
of
Liv
fans,
Morgan
a lot
versus
of
Stephanie
fresh
Vaquero
bodies.
for the
But
WWE
Romeo is in desperate straits now. He has to make it.
Yeah, George, you're probably right. That's probably going to be the mess.
He's the youngest of this crew here. Out of all these guys right here, he's trying to prove himself. He's trying to prove himself to his team that he belongs here in NXT.
Triple threat war games, maybe Lockwood. I mean, the way they're bringing out keys and OTM, and then you could have maybe Jacob and the Usos, and then Solo, LA Knight, and the third guy.
Has turned it around in this matchup. Look at Legacy. Look at DVD. Noam Dar.
Do you throw Roman in
Close to
there?
a 10.
I don't know.
Romeo now trying to create a little separation. Region. Nice,
but they did that once in NXT's war games. They made it a triple threat trios war games.
In control of this matchup. Romeo far away from his corner.
Beautiful textbook tag, baby.
Big kick. And right now looking for a sit-down style into the cover. Kick out.
So close. So close, Vic.
RT Rick, what's up? What's up?
BirthRight.
Giving everybody a reminder, the easiest way to support the channel, hitting that like button and subscribing. Please do, everybody. We hit a snag with missing the past couple of weeks of NXT. Oh, Grace and Waller in the parking lot coming back, wearing a hoodie that says Nepo Oos on it.
Still to come tonight along with our champions, Tony D'Angelo, Zilla Fatu, Cruz Montana.
Could be, George.
On this
Could be.
8-man match. What the? Stacks trying to run interference along with Connors and get the numbers advantage.
Kid got caught right there. Moreno's in dire straits. Right there, he's trying to fight back.
Whoa! Whoa! It's able to duck it down.
Oh. Big hot tag to DVD. Now we go. He's dropping birthrights like crazy. Like an amended will. Well, King and Dempsey jump to the outside.
Everyone loves himself.
Well, Stacks catches him.
Able to connect. Stacks out, charging in and
Blue Thunder. Whoa! DVD with a Blue Thunder toss to the outside of the ring. DVD is about to do a dive to the outside. Big suicide dive over the top. Like a torpedo. Grabs Stacks, throws him back in the ring. Did Legacy just blind tag him? Big frog splash. Springboard 450. 1, 2. Oh, King
The speed champion indeed. Showcase some speed right there.
interrupts the pin. Legacy spelling really weird.
450 King, right
Ooh.
spot, right moment, and I will say this about BirthRight. That includes
So
Dorian
Lexus
Grace.
King shoves DVD into Legacy to break up the pin. He kind of shoved DVD face first into his neck almost.
You work hard, you
It's an
put in the
interesting,
work, you earn
interesting.
opportunity. That's what your opponents are
Oh, I'm Dorian here with
That's
Charlie
what Noam
Dempsey
is
again.
about. Somebody who's overcome injuries,
Two wrestling.
overcome obstacles,
Oh,
and
man.
then
They're moving so fast, it's hard to follow.
trying to break the grip.
Ooh, armbar. Here comes Connors with a swanton onto Noam Dar. Okay, we're doing the spot now where everybody gets their stuff in.
Top by Stack, springboard back elbow. Dorian, whoa. Oh, just caught and now.
Here comes King. Blockbuster. Oh, and there's Moreno. Whoa. I'll tell you what, these guys are laying it all out. It feels like 1996 in the first hour of Nitro when you see all the luchadors just like putting their lives on the line. What elevation by Legacy. That dude just jumped off the second rope and almost touched the ceiling. Oh, man, Moreno almost stole a pin on Dempsey. Mod Father, my good friend. How are you, man? Things are great. Hope you're doing great. Dempsey with a hook back suplex. Straight wrestling knocks down all the craziness. And Dempsey gets the win for BirthRight. Okay. Baby Regal gets it done. Don't look now, you guys. There hadn't been a bad match on the card tonight. It's been a great episode of NXT.
Executed to perfection with the bridge and the shoulders.
Man, bridging Regal points.
End of the night.
Interesting.
Heatwave Summit might get a little chaotic, so Vicky, I need you and your team to be on call just in case. All right, be ready.
Yep.
Thank
All
you.
right, Summit is the main event segment.
Hey, Keanu. What was
Keanu.
that? Mason interfering. That's called cheating.
A win is a win, right?
Well, there's gonna have to be now a
Oh, well.
rematch.
The rest decision is final, Stone.
What up, Stone?
Oh,
Shiloh.
hey, Shiloh.
Look, so Naraku cost me a chance to have a North American title match on a PLE.
So you
and-
want a match with Naraku? How's the vision?
Oh, my vision came back way faster than Tony's. I think because the red mist is mostly capsaicin and silver nitrate, so Naraku can manipulate the duration of the effects by adjusting the concentration ratio. Does that make sense? Kind of like making lemonade.
No. Yeah, I was thinking the same
Good.
thing.
I think
Good.
that was
So I
the
got the match.
first 8-man tag.
Yeah,
for
next week
BirthRight.
you and Naraku.
Thank you,
All right,
Stone.
Morocco
Appreciate
and
it.
Shiloh next week. Dude, Shiloh's promos all the time. All right. Prosper and Phoenix. That is our main event match, not our main event segment. But we're going to get that coming up next. So everybody get your stretches in now and rest your eyes because that match is going to happen fast.
Ever feel like
Man,
you're washing
well,
up
what a
and can't
night.
keep up?
It's so great to be
With
back with
very
you
max
guys, man.
power, pump up your cleaning power.
This has been a lot of fun. And it doesn't hurt that it's been a really good show, too. I mean, I'm psyched for Heatwave this weekend. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Even in cooler water.
Oh, Will Ospreay.
The ultimate
Oh
squeak and
gosh,
clean.
Ospreay,
That's why
man,
it lasts
what
longer than
what an
best-selling
acquired
brand.
taste Will Ospreay is.
Very max power. Pump up your cleaning power.
Like Ospreay is such a physical specimen, like great, and I mean with all sincerity, just phenomenal athleticism. Will Ospreay, but dudes, the physical storytelling that man does is like,
I don't know if this analogy will land for all you guys, but the impression that I get, and this is kind of why one of the reasons I don't really watch AEW, and I often say it's not for me, is because Will Ospreay, I think, presents himself as if he is wrestling's version of The Godfather. What I mean by is the film The Godfather, wrestling's version of Citizen Kane, if you will, when he's really wrestling's version of the Fast and the Furious. Which is to say, he's successful. He puts on a lot of visually impressive things, but the story is usually pretty weak. But yeah, and that doesn't mean it's not entertaining. But for someone like myself who loves movies, right? If someone comes up to me and is like, I love movies too, and I think the Fast and Furious franchise is the best movies ever made. I'd be like, you're entitled to your opinion. I don't think you and I are going to see eye to eye on what a good movie is. And I'm glad you find movies that you can enjoy. That's kind of how I feel about Ospreay. He's like a popcorn movie of a wrestler, which has its place. But that's typically not what I go to movies for. I want to see a good story play out. And the physicality is a part of it, and he's good at the physicality. But yeah, the RT Rick, I'm with you all the way. Wrestling compared to flips and dives. And listen, I don't hate flips and dives, but I watched every once in a while. I try to come back mentally and say, you know what? Let me see if I can give AEW a fair shake. And I watched, I think it was Moxley and Ospreay against the Young Bucks. Was it Redemption? One of their last pay-per-views. And I saw, and this is not against Ospreay. This is on the Young Bucks. They were so locked in to making sure their spots were done that they were no selling consecutive 450 splashes. And I'm like, this isn't wrestling. This is fight choreography. Like this is what I look for when I go watch a Jackie Chan, right? If I know, and when I go watch a Jackie Chan movie like Rush Hour or something, I know what I'm paying to see, and I'm like, oh, this is fun. This is never how a real fight would happen, but this is entertaining. And the thing is that wrestling, when it's at its best, still has you even quietly or silently believing that you're watching a real thing. Even though if you ask anybody, nobody's going to tell you they believe it's real. But you get sucked into it just enough to where even if you won't say it out loud in here, you feel like it's real. Like when Steve Rogers was standing down Thanos' army, I didn't believe it was real, but I felt it for a minute. And that's wrestling. It's the quick, brief moments where you actually get convinced that you're watching a real thing, even though, like, as soon as you snap back to reality, you're like, oh, no, that's not it. But you can be tricked just long enough. And sometimes I feel like AEW doesn't even bother trying. And I don't like that. That's why I'm not a fan. Japan, listen, Japan's one of those things. Japan's an acquired taste. That's almost the opposite end of the problem for me. Sometimes Japan's a little too real for me. But yeah, I love the Rush Hour movies too. Like a lot of it is fans needing to adjust their expectations to know what they're walking into. And like, I know what I'm going to see when I see a Jackie Chan, and I enjoy it. But yeah, with my wrestling, dude, and WWE is not always perfect, but what WWE is trying to accomplish is what I'm looking for. They don't always accomplish it, but I do know what they're trying to accomplish, and I'm on board with what they're trying to do. So, and we get that with the Gunthers of the world, with sometimes the Global Femmes, the Brock Lesnar's, and the Braun Breakers, and the recently released Julia. Honestly, with Charlie Dempsey, shoot, that Keanu Carver match tonight was good. Yeah. Also, the opening match, the cage match with Saquon and Dion Lennox. Like, not everything went according to plan in that match, and those guys did a great job of instead of trying to force their way through the spots, just pivoted just a little bit to take reality into account in their storytelling. Yeah, every company has their style of wrestling. You're absolutely right about that. And like, if you're like me and you know there's a style that's not for you, just kind of stay away from it. Like, my time is limited in this life and each day, especially now in the season of life I'm in. So I want to dedicate the energy I have when I'm talking about wrestling most of the time to the things that I think I'm going to have the best shot of liking, which is why we do NXT. NXT often gives me the best chance of enjoying it. I feel you on that, Dawsey. I think it's all about the delivery, about the hidden blade. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Dawsey. I buy the hidden blade as a finisher for Tama Tonga, but not for Will Ospreay, because it is anticlimactic for somebody like Will Ospreay. He's doing all these ungodly athletic things and no selling them or not finishing the match, and all of a sudden he just hits you in the back of the neck and you're done. Make it make sense. That's the other thing. That is the psychology of wrestling. If you have a move that's going to put somebody down for good, then it can't be less exciting or less devastating than the stuff you do leading up to it, unless there's a logical reason why that other stuff doesn't get the job. There's interference. Somebody's fit is on the rope. You maybe botch the move and you don't land it fully. Stuff like that. One of my favorite wrestlers and favorite finishers of all time, super simple. This man right here, Jake the Snake Roberts. All he had was a DDT. And that DDT, when he hit it, people sold it like death. Like death. And if he wasn't going to win the match, you know what he did? He just didn't hit you with the DDT. Because if he hit it, the match was over. And I miss that. Normalize not hitting your finisher if you're not going to win. You know what? Maybe that's a little old school for my thinking, but it makes the finishers more special, in my opinion. Right, exactly. Yeah, that is the AEW style. It's very black and gold NXT. A lot of kicking out of finishers, making faces every time there's a 2 count. It's indie wrestling. I mean, that's what indie wrestling is, and that's what it is. Yes, Steamboat taking that DDT on the outside of the ring, and he was out of commission for weeks.
Talking about Ray Fenix not being 100% after competing against Dragon Lee, flew in this morning from Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. But Phoenix,
well, see, Ron Simmons and JBL, the Spine Buster for Dominator, and the Clothesline from Hell. You believe those simple moves because of the man who's doing it. Because both of those men look like they could kill you for you. And that's why, and also they put a little stank on their moves. Like the Clothesline from Hell. They call it the Clothesline from Hell for a reason. Like JBL beat men down like they owed him money when he threw that clothesline. And that, I mean, that's part of it, man. That is the professional part of professional wrestling. I talked all the way through the opening segment of that match. Just know there were a lot of flips, a lot of energy, and the crowd is hot. I'm sorry if I disrespected Ray Fenix and EK Prosper. But we were having a good conversation about the psychology of professional wrestling and why an ordinary-looking finisher can be phenomenal. So anyway, yes, sir, RT Rick. Double A Spinebuster. You know what? Arn Anderson's DDT, while just being a setup move, was one of the sickest looking DDTs. He wrenched it in so forcefully, like it really looked like he was killing it. He would come down so fast. Him and Raven had both really good DDTs. So, just vicious. But yeah, Double A put that torque on the Spinebuster. Like, still my favorite Spinebuster to this day. Everybody has their versions of it, you know, of the Spinebuster, the ones who do them. Yes, Flint shot. Yes, Slapwood. Yes, getting to bowing up at him and getting them to duck, and then snapping it. Man, Such a good spot. Great match. Last night, I have not seen the APA interview, but that sounds really entertaining. Was it good? Was it revelatory? Interestingly enough, JBL has kind of taken Bruce Pritchard's replacement on the Conrad Thompson podcast, and I found him to be kind of refreshing in that space. JBL is a guy who can give a fair amount of honesty and also be respectful to the business, though, while he does it. So as a podcast personality, I kind of like JBL. I don't know how many other areas I love him, but as a podcast personality, he's good because he's not like Bruce is evasive. There are things he just won't talk about, which is frustrating as a podcasting listener. But JBL will talk about stuff, and also I've found him to be pretty fair in the stuff he talks about too. Like he's not afraid to say if something was good or bad.
But also maybe at the same time, just get a couple moments.
Likable, yeah, kind of RT Rick. Yeah, he's maybe somebody that's not kind of annoying, but likable in the same way. I think that's a fair assessment.
He knows that. He knows it's about the long game. It's about going out there and taking deep water. Oh, yes, it is.
One thing I never cared for JBL, but I've come to understand from other people's testimonies is that JBL seems to be, or at least used to be, the kind of guy who was a bully, who would respect you if you stood up to him. And that kind of personality annoys me. I'm like, if you're going to respect somebody, just respect them. Like, don't make them try to fight you.
This is for the AAA Cruiserweight Championship.
Well,
there you see the champion, Ray Fenix.
But, you know, wrestling personalities are weird, man. It's a weird business. And the guys who have been in the past protective of that business manifest that in weird ways. Ooh, yeah, Lockwood. Steve Blackman did not play that game in JBL. And that's the thing, is you can't walk around like the big bad man when a real big bad man shows up. Because Steve Blackman was a quiet but serious death machine. Like, he is definitely like, I don't mess with me, I won't mess with you kind of guy. And JBL found out Steve. The lethal weapon, Steve. But anyway, Steve Blackman, not a ton of charisma, but in a way, like Dean Malenko, his lack of charisma was a kind of charisma. I always enjoyed it. Yeah, no doubt. Steve Blackman was really interesting, because like he was able to be like a martial artist version of a hardcore wrestler, which was really cool. I always got a kick out of his style. It was very unique at the time. He even is today. Like, you don't see a lot of martial arts style hardcore wrestlers. Good grief, EK Plus with a springboard rough rider, basically.
Prosper Championship. Phoenix just able to kick out.
For everything I've just said about psychology and wrestling, this match is very AEW-ish. I mean, like, listen, these guys are flying all over the place, and the crowd is bought in. So at the end of the day, if the crowd is enjoying it, that is a testimony to the effectiveness of the match. But yeah, these guys are just laying it out there. And they have built to this match with the intensity and the leading up matches to it. Like, this match could have ruined the show if it was the first match. But they're really letting this be what it is.
Definitely a big deal for somebody like Ray Phoenix. He has to, and it's fine to do this matchup by any means necessary. That right there, that's going to make
Ray Phoenix, man, he is working OT this week. All right, Phoenix perched up on the top rope. Waiting for Prosper to get up. Yeah, black cross body, like a standing frog splash. Frog splash cross body. Tell you what, man, him running the rope like that, tight rope in the top rope, like fast forward version of old school, nailing that kick and still running the rest of the ropes. The amount of balance that takes is absolutely wild. All right, there's a frog splash. To Tanaka. Yeah, and he's not done yet either. He's wrestling on SmackDown too, isn't he?
Ray Phoenix's brother Penta right now is Penta and Phoenix will team this Sunday in Texas. But next Monday they will be opponents one-on-one. Become the #1 contender for Roman Reigns and the World Heavyweight Championship. Phoenix, who has been all around the world and back again.
Sucking it up right now too, man.
He certainly is. But
Oh,
was looking for that cutter.
somersault cutter reversed into a German suplex.
Looking to prosper here tonight.
Oh, reverse ricochet cutter there. And both guys are laid out. Crowd's on their feet, man.
I mean, counter for counter. Phoenix this time.
I just looked at the clock because I thought we were almost out of time, which, I mean, we might be coming up to the end because they've got the interview segment for the end of the show.
NXT before this Sunday's premium live event.
Triple A chance. Okay.
A lot of love being shown.
Okay.
Ray Phoenix is the champion.
Oh, man, running Meteora in
Could be
the
the
corner.
knockout blow, but I think Phoenix is smart to realize, Booker, he's going to need a little extra here against EK Prosper. Oh, that Mexican muscle buster.
Oh, going for a muscle buster note. Prosper knocked out of the ring. Well, not into the apron.
Right to Prosper, the side of the ear, the side of the face, and just look at the bodies. Look at both these men. You can't blame them.
Man, these guys are just laying it all. Can't
He's here
you know,
tonight in
provide them
Florida.
enough respect for sure. Oh my
Sunday
gosh,
will
what's
be in
Phoenix on?
Texas. And right from EK Prosper. This juncture of
Just
the
throwing
matchup,
punches.
I think we can agree. it's
Phoenix
not
on the
gonna
top
be
rope,
about skill.
Prosper on the apron.
It's really going to be about whip.
Who's gonna have it with all that?
Springboard. Oh, wow.
Champion.
Goodness gracious. They had a spot where they feigned falling off the top rope. Each of them taking a turn. And then a standing hurricane off the top from Prosper. Now climbing the other top, we've got a moonsault coming in. And nope. Phoenix gets out of the way. Prosper in the corner. Kick in the corner, putting Prosper on the top. We're going to get the muscle buster now. Yep, Mexican muscle buster incoming. Be careful, man. Oh, into like a pencil driver. Phoenix retains, man. Great match. Like that high octane stuff, man, is your speed. You love this match for sure. It was pretty much just a laid out, you know, Phoenix. I mean, very, you know, lucha stylish. And listen, man, like Prosper and Phoenix have great chemistry together. Excellent stuff. And they laid their stuff in there too. Like it was not sloppy.
I mean, these two are going at it. Move for move, but in the end,
Yeah, it was well done. Well done.
Mexican muscle buster to pick up the win and retain the AAA Cruiserweight Championship.
A minor nitpick, which I don't think really matters. But when Phoenix hooked the legs of Prosper, he also tucked his arm, which on the one hand is nice to secure the pin, but it looked like he actually raised Prosper's shoulder when he did that. He should have interrupted the count, but I saw what he was trying to go for, and like psychologically, it was a good decision. Executed a little weird, but obviously minor nitpick, and I wouldn't take away anything from the match for that. Miles and Tavion hanging out with a NASCAR driver. I think the same. Oh no, it's a different NASCAR driver. Ren QCC was hanging out with a different driver earlier in the night.
That's what I'm talking about. Me and my man, we excited too for this Sunday. But I was thinking, bro, we don't know the match
Yeah.
order. So if it's a tag
Belly
team match
flops from the
first,
top, RT
let me
Rick
do
all
the
day
heavy
long,
lifting so you
man,
can
right?
save your energy for Jackson, you know? Nah, listen, bro, my cardio is up. I've been training. I'm in shape, bro. I got you, okay? The man is fired up. You feel it, baby?
man, the order doesn't matter, all right? We got 2 title defenses. That's 2 W's.
See that, Sam? That's why this my man's right here, because he knows how much this title means to me. And you know what? He knows I don't know what I would do if we lost it.
I don't know what I would do if we lost these titles. I'm telling
But
y'all.
you can't be letting the nerves and the what if control you.
He's right, bro. I need to hear. He's right.
Hey,
Yeah.
one lap at a time.
Clock is ticking, Tavion.
One match at a time.
Hank and Tank. Yeah, pair Hank and Tank with the NASCAR driver. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
How you doing? Hey, look, I just got back from Hollywood. Hollywood, a movie. Charge, little movie, little CW action, a little bit of motivational speaking too. But the boys are back in town. We were thinking, after HeatWave, how about you give Hank and Tank a shot at the tag team title? Just a quick shot at the title. Oh, I got a shot at the titles. You know,
Hey, Double Champ, I got this. Hank, Tank, right now we're focused on one thing at a time, and that just happens to be HeatWave. So let's see you around.
You're talking,
Cool,
man.
cool, 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 cool.
Okay.
Booker combustible
Tag
elements
division
are
is growing
set to
again
explode. It's
in
our
NXT.
HeatWave
I mean, if
Summit.
Miles and Tavion
It's
retain,
live
I mean, I think they just keep
on
going.
NXT.
I'm just curious. You know what? I wouldn't be mad if Miles drops the North American title, but they keep the tag titles. There is a part of me that is more invested in Miles and Tavion as a team than Miles as a solo performer anymore. I feel like we did the Miles experiment, and I feel like the men's division is kind of moving on without it. I don't mean that in a mean way. I just, yeah. Oh, you know we loves us some Ren, RT Rick.
When I hand wash, a quick
We are a Ren
and I get the
household.
power of an overnight soak in minutes. It
We
also
always
gives
have
you a
room for
sparkling
Ren
clean
Sinclair.
on kitchen worktops. New Fairy Skip the Soak Power Spray.
You know what's crazy is, so I'm using, you know, Netflix to watch CW. I mean, to watch NXT, and I'm getting commercials now sometimes, which is interesting. Quite interesting. All right, y'all. We are coming up on our main event segment, and then I have got some predictions for you guys for HeatWave after the show. I don't know how quickly I'll get through them because, you know, duty calls. Your boy has got to grade some papers. But we'll do that, water the plants, and save them for HeatWave. Grade some papers, all that good stuff in the remainder of the evening. However, we'll stick around and talk some HeatWave after the show is over. Once we get done with this whole HeatWave summit in the main event segment of tonight. So, yeah, we'll be doing this thing. We'll be doing this thing. And a new episode of Ted Lasso is now on Apple TV. I know what I'll be doing tonight when I'm grading papers. Visiting with Ted and AFC Richmond, baby. Yes, RT Rick, so that's a new development. So that's where I've been the past 2 weeks. I just, I was hired at the end of July and the beginning of August, started orientation. So like I have like a 3-4 day turnaround before I hit the ground running. So yeah, I am a middle school Bible teacher. So anyway, I've been going since the beginning of August, which is why pretty much after SummerSlam, I did the Raw after SummerSlam, and then I had to kick into high gear with orientations and stuff like that. So I'm starting to find my rhythm between teaching and streaming. So hopefully, now that I'm back tonight, I'll be back in more things. I love my job. I think it's great. I love my kids. I love getting to teach the Bible without working for a church, which is it feels like a little bit more of a dynamic where my personal space and my workspace have a little bit more clear boundaries, which is nice. Yeah, Jada and Natty submission match coming up
who leaves victorious.
So yeah, I'm loving it so
who will
far.
make their
And
opponents
now
submit
that I'm starting
in this
to
submission match
get my
at
energy back,
Heatwave.
yeah, around like
this
ages
is
13,
now a
14.
triple threat.
Aren't you ready?
After Callie Armstrong's victory tonight, she's been
All right,
added to
triple
this
threat.
unification match
Ren,
along with
Callie, and
state
Zaria.
champion
It's a
Ren,
unification
and the
triple
North
threat. So
champion
winner takes all,
Zaria.
right?
3 women,
That's what I'm
2
assuming.
titles, but only one leaves with it all. We just heard from this man. It's Miles Bourne who'll be pulling double duty.
Miles and
until the
Jackson
finish
Drake.
for the title against the brash and cocky
Ruthia Hale's going to be in
Jackson
Jada's
Drake this
corner.
Sunday.
Okay.
And Miles Bourne will also have to defend the NXT tag team titles. He'll do so alongside Tavion Heights, going up against Brad Baylor and Ricky Smokes. Can Vanity Project bring 3 titles back
Vanity
to the Brad
Project
House?
and
We'll find out Sunday
and Miles.
at Heatwave. And the odds are not in the favor of the champion,
There you go.
D'Angelo.
Fatal four-way. Cruz,
Montana,
Montana, Grayson Waller, Zillipot
who
2
will lead this
versus
brand?
Tony D.
Who leads this fatal four-way champion?
Man.
Find out
Yeah.
Sunday.
What
3
a
Eastern on
match
CW and
here.
internationally on Netflix. It's NXT Heatwave.
Oh, I appreciate you watching it. Thank you. Well, listen, I'm enjoying it. It's been good so far. And I mean, the year is early. The nights are young. Got a parent night this week. I met some of the parents. But all the parents I've met so far have been really, really great people. So we'll see what goes. And, every title's on the line. Anyway, yeah, every title. So men's title, women's title, men's North American, women's North American, and tag title. Yeah, all of them. You're right. All of them. Well, the men's speed title is not on the line. That's the only one. Yeah, George, I've never liked Kendall's theme music. It sounds like somebody's going to tell me about Toyota Truck-a-thon. It just sounds like a truck commercial.
We've been waiting all
Music,
night
which
long
I don't want.
for this summit where you know things.
But yeah, Lexus King not defending the men's speed title. That's the only title featured in NXT that's not being defended. All right, Ram QCC in the ring. Well, are they going to introduce other people for this summit? How's it going?
Straight to the point. Look at everything Kalani had to say, and honestly, she's right. She's that good.
George, I'm not
And she's always
incredibly
complaining.
inclined to
She's
disagree
always
with
making
you. I think Kendall is
excuses.
amazing,
And if she
but I
wants
think
to
there's a
talk
real
about
depth
picking things
of
up pretty
women's
fast,
talent in
I can
NXT
talk about that myself.
that could
I
be
mean,
having that
last
title
year
right
I
now
was still
instead of
on
her.
Evolve, barely on NXT.
Because I feel like
and
now,
no
if you're
one
going to try to
knew
put a
who
shine on
Kendall
any of
Gray
those other
was.
ladies, it's going to take something away from Kendall because she's going
But
to have
now
to lose
I'm
it.
standing here as the former WWE Evolve Women's Champion, the 2025 Iron Survivor, and your NXT Women's Champion.
But she really hasn't lost.
So if Kalani wants to call herself the standout, she can go right ahead. But when it comes to this division, I am the benchmark.
Yeah.
And after winning this
And
title,
RT Rick, I don't know if you had come in the chat yet,
first
but
defense
they
against
did
a
a
future
segment
Hall of
backstage
Famer,
where the
but
medical
I didn't.
trainer was warning her
When Lola Vice
about-
wanted a rematch,
about continued work while that ear is still
and when I
damaged.
got injured,
The trainer
I
told
could
her
have taken time off.
that she was cleared,
How there's
but
people in this
warned her
company
about
that go
future
hundreds of days
competition.
without
So I
defending their
think that's
title,
still in
but
play,
that's not me.
which is really cool.
Champion that I am. Person that went to Stone and got the contract for Kalani in the first
Kendall
place.
Gray just throwing shade to Liv Morgan.
So now it's time for Kalani to put her money where her mouth is.
There's people in this company that go
Heatwave,
hundreds of
the
days
target's on
without
my
defending
back.
their title.
And she better not.
Liv catching strays from everybody, man. Yeah, Kalani is and should attack her ear. That's just smart wrestling.
Look, Kendall, I'm gonna say this loud and clear, so make sure you use your good ear. That target on your back, I put that there. But good thing it's big enough because at Heatwave, it's only gonna take me one shot.
Last name, I don't think Ren is an R-Truth type. I do think she could be a Sammy type, and I mean that as a compliment,
'Cause on
in that she's
Sunday,
actually a
the
really good
standout's
in-ring
gonna
wrestler.
take your
And she
title
can be silly
and
if
put
you
your
need her to be silly,
right back
but
on the
also
bench.
she could pluck at your heartstrings if you needed her to do that. Because
we're gonna be
Sammy,
in my
Sammy's
home
versatile.
state,
He is a
calls
versatile
for
performer.
a Texas-sized Ren QCCCC. That stands for Championship Celebration, if you didn't get it. because we're gonna bring home all of the gold. It's gonna be in my home state. You know, that's cute, Ren, but it's delusional. Maybe you should call it the Ren QCC. See you later, being a champion. I don't care how many friends or family you bring to witness that heat
So
wave.
everybody pay attention to
I
this segment because you're going to
give you
find out who's a good
legs
promo
once
cutter and
again.
who's a bad promo cutter really
And
fast.
I
By the way,
will
Ren,
erase every bad memory that speed title has haunted me with forever. Oh yeah. I got something to say. Your memory must be terrible.
yeah, the problem with being versatile, RT Rick, in this world is that you are used to fill the need that is missing, not necessarily in the spotlight, right? That is the blessing and curse of being versatile. Is that you may not always be put where you want, you're put where you're needed. And it's all a matter of perspective. If that's how you can look at things, then that's how that can be, you know, again, it's a matter of perspective. Can you enjoy it? Can you find peace in it? Or is that going to make you crazy? Yeah, Dolph was one of those guys. Bert Hennig was one of those guys. Owen Hart was one of those guys.
Ladies.
Oh, Grayson Waller
Great to
interrupted the
look at.
ladies. Brilliant.
Hard to listen to.
Grayson, stop,
though,
dog.
and it's great to see the 10% that I've been talking about all in one ring. But I got this from here. So you girls used to be the highlight of the show until Grayson Waller decided to come back. I am NXT. And Sunday night at Heatwave, you girls are going to do so well. But the world isn't going to be talking about you lasses. The world's not going to be talking about any of those lucha losers from AAA and their little stunt show. The world is going to be talking about one man and one thing, and that is Grayson Waller conquering his demons and becoming NXT champion.
And here comes Tony D. Great promo by Grayson.
Grayson, you came back to NXT to reinvent yourself.
I'm curious to hear Zilla's promo in front of a live
This is
audience.
Grayson Waller 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, 5.0. Because you're going to do the same thing you always do. Be a disappointment.
Now all the ladies just have to stand back and watch, which is strange. Here comes Cruz. I guess he's in the crowd, right? Because that's how he enters. Yeah. So it's a summit from the men's title match and the women. I mean, well, we got a chant for Cruz. Okay. They're working that out.
Yeah!
Cruz Montana looking straight out of a Lin-Manuel Miranda musical.
What's good? Now then, I knew that NXT was a bit dysfunctional. And now that I'm in the thick of it, I believe every word. But to tell you the truth, I kind of like it. But the difference between me and everybody else is the fact that y'all all came here to talk, and I came here to throw hands.
Well, Cruz has started the fight. And we ain't even got Zilla. So does that mean Zilla doesn't need to men and the women are dropping security guards.
We certainly cannot.
Women are in the ring, men are on the outside now. Zaria F5's Callie Armstrong. Ren QCC we're double teaming.
Three women
Woo!
that will look to
What an
unify
X
the
factor
speed
from
and women's North
Ren.
American Championship. And
Oh, spinning elbow from Kendall to Ronnie. Knocks her out cold. Zilla's in the ring. What's he going to do? Where are the guys? Oh, he just dives to the outside. Drops out everybody. And he just grabbed the NXT title. Oh, he's standing and holding the belt the way The Rock used to hold it on the corner. And then Kendall and Ren's holding both belts for the ladies. All right, so Wrestling Storytelling 101 tells us that Zilla might not win the title and Ren might not win her match. Kendall's also standing tall, too. Does that mean all three of these are not going to win? Yeesh. That's something to consider. That certainly makes my heart sad for the possibilities of the Ren QCC. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fantastic to be back with you guys again. I can't tell you how much it makes my heart happy to chat with you guys tonight and be back and be watching wrestling, and a good wrestling show, too, on top of it, right? So good, so good. I really enjoyed it. Fantastic show. So I'll tell you what, let's spend the last few minutes talking about Heatwave, which I will be around for this weekend. So let's watch Heatwave together and have a good time. What do you say? So what we're going to do now, I am going to go through match by match, and we're just going to let's give some quick predictions. No fancy predictions, no belt on the line. Let's just chat wrestling together and see what we got. So I have graphics. I tell you what, because they announced the match tonight, I have no graphic for Natty versus Jada. 100% believe Jada Parker needs to win that submission match against Natty Neidhart, and I am looking forward to that match playing out. Jada standing tall and putting a bow on that story, which has been a story I've really enjoyed over the past few months. So give me Jada Parker for the submission match. Now, getting into the actual matches that have been announced. Let's start off with the NXT tag titles, which is a match I'm predicting is going to lead off the show for what it's worth, because Miles is going to be wrestling twice during the night. So typically, if you got somebody wrestling twice, you want to have their match lead off the night. This is a tough call, but I am going to stick with my original prediction, and I'm going to say the Vanity Project win those titles back. I think they will win those titles back, and I think that is going to do something to Tavion. It's going to make Tavion angry. And that leads me into my next match, which is, I don't think it's going to be the next match that happens, but Jackson Drake versus Miles Bourne for the North American title. I think Tavion is going to cost Miles Bourne the North American title as a measure of revenge for losing the title, losing the tag titles, and Jackson Drake will become the new North American champion. And of course, I could be wrong, but I think that is the direction we will go. Now, the Women's Speed Championship and the North American title, obviously this is an old graphic. Callie Armstrong has been added to this match. We just saw Ren standing tall with some of the other performers at the end of the night, holding that belt. That really made my stomach drop a little bit. So I think this might be Ren's last show with the Speed title. I think Zaria comes away with both belts because she is going to do what Sol Ruca did and hold both of those titles. And that is a moment of achievement for her that she did it on her own. And she will now be a North American and Speed champion simultaneously, the same two belts that Sol held as well. And she's going to kill those demons. Yes, RT Rick. So Callie Armstrong upset Zaria tonight one-on-one. And the stipulation of that match was that if she won the match, she would be added to the Zaria Ren Sinclair match. So that match is now a triple threat match, and I think Zaria will win. I wouldn't be surprised if Zaria actually beats Callie to win, so Ren loses her title without actually losing the match. Just a thought, but triple threats can be that way sometimes. So anyway, calling Zaria double champion. I think that's what's going to happen, and I will be prepared to be sad as that happens. Coming up next, the NXT Women's Championship. One-on-one. Impatient. Kendall Gray defending against Kalani Jordan. Man, I would have told you a year ago that when Kalani Jordan finally gets a women's title match, that she's probably going to be women's champion, because she seems like somebody they've invested in. They didn't push her to the moon. They didn't push her fast, right? But they've always kind of had her around. She was the first ever women's North American champion. They allowed her to be the Knockouts champion. Her and JC Jane, the only NXT performers, who held the Knockouts title when they did the TNA crossover stuff. So I felt like it's only a matter of time before she became NXT Women's Champion. But this Kendall Gray thing, man, like they've got her locked down, dude. And I think that that's not going to end anytime soon. The way she retained over Lola Vice in the Underground match after having that ear injury still is in play, and I think it will continue to be in play. But I think that will cause doubt in the match, but I think Kendall's still going to overcome. I have a feeling that if they want to get the belt off of Kendall at any point, that danger and that risk to her ear injury is going to catch up with her. But I don't think it'll be here. I think it'll be similar to the Underground match, where she's going to sell it really hard at some point, and Kalani's going to capitalize, but she's not going to get the job done. And I think Kendall's going to find a way to get the job done. So I have Kendall retaining there. And then finally, man, the NXT title match, which got really interesting. I got to say this, and I'm not complaining. I don't know why this wasn't a one-on-one match with Tony D'Angelo and Grayson Waller. Because when Grayson Waller came back, he set NXT's world on fire. He has been the talk of the men's division since he came back. I mean, now we have Zilla in the picture, who is also now the talk of the men's division. And Cruz Montana debuting, which the crowd seemed more behind him tonight than when he debuted. But I don't know, man. I'm not buying stock in Cruz Montana. And so, like, if you like him, more power to you, man. Like who you like, go for it. But out of these four men, I'm least interested in Cruz Montana. So I don't think he's going to win. Zilla, I think that would be a bit of a shock, to be honest, for him to show up and win right out of the gate. And also, Zilla stood tall with the title tonight. So there you go. And that is, the old wrestling adage of whoever the last guy looking strong is probably the guy who's not going to win the match. So I'm just going to lean on that old wrestling trope and knock Zilla out of contention. So that leaves it Tony D beating all three of those guys who are either brand new or really hot in NXT right now, or Grayson Waller winning the NXT championship. I think the best story you can tell right now is putting that belt on Grayson Waller, because he came out and he said a lot of things. And I go ahead and say this, saying a lot of things, doing that pipe bomb style promo, getting the excitement of the wrestling world and social media and all that stuff in his return to NXT. If he loses that match, he's going to lose a lot of gas. Sometimes in wrestling, winning and losing doesn't matter so much, but sometimes you gain traction with something, and if you don't capitalize on it, you're going to create a problem. So I'm picking Grayson Waller. I think Grayson Waller's winning that match. So give me Grayson Waller to win the NXT title. Give me Kendall Gray to retain. Give me Zaria to be double champ. Give me the Vanity Project to leave Heatwave covered in gold. I don't love it, but I think they're going to. Honestly, I would rather. Here's the thing. With the Vanity Project, what I would want to happen is for Jackson Drake to win the North American title and have Miles and Tavion still be tag champions. And maybe that's a possibility. You know what? I'll tell you what. I'm going to change my pick. I'm going to go back and pick Miles and Tavion to retain, but I'm still going to pick Jackson Drake to win the North American title. I think Jackson Drake as North American champion could be a lot more interesting, because I think Jackson Drake could have an interesting series of matches with your Cam Hendrickses, with your Mason Rooks, with your Keanu Carvers, with EK Prosper, with all these kinds of guys, right? And Miles, I honestly kind of like Miles and Tavion better as a team. I hope, because they're teasing what could possibly happen if they lose the tag titles. Could Tavion really crash out and turn on Miles, which creates tension. Tension is fine. I don't know, man. Like they just, I don't think I'm ready to see that breakup happen. I think they could do more with Miles and Tavion kind of being the anchor of the tag division instead, because they're both great, solid wrestlers, making them the tag champions, and then giving them Hank and Tank and Noam Dar and Romeo Moreno, and then Legacy and DVD and like BirthRight, all those guys. I think you could build a stout tag division in NXT right now that's been weak for a while, especially now that OTM is gone. So I think that could be a good avenue for them to do. So let's recalibrate, redo the predictions. I'm predicting Miles and Tavion retain. I'm predicting Jackson Drake wins the North American title from Miles. I'm predicting that Zaria wins the Speed and North American title. I'm predicting that Jada Parker wins the submission match, which I didn't say when I was going back over the matches, but Jada Parker wins the submission match. Predicting Kendall Gray retains against Kalani Jordan, and that Grayson Waller walks away our new NXT champion. So locking those in. They are in stone. They are on the record, and there we are. So that being said, I am done for the night, you guys. Thank you so much for coming back and hanging out with me, and for not forgetting me after I couldn't be on for a couple of weeks. But I'm back in the saddle, guys. I will see you guys on Saturday for Heatwave. I will try to make Raw and SmackDown a thing, but I can't promise that just yet. So just watch my channel. Make sure you're subscribed, and hit that bell icon to be notified when I jump on. You never know, on a Monday or Friday I might show up to watch the main roster with you, but I will definitely be there for Heatwave this weekend, and I'll look at my calendar and see if I can make AAA work, and if so, again, be subscribed to the channel, and I will get the thumbnail up for the live stream early on. But until then, you guys, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. So good to be back with y'all. Filled my heart, and I will see you guys at Heatwave this weekend for sure. And just keep your eyes glued to the channel to see if anything comes up between now and then. But until then, remember to believe, because believing makes wrestling better. I hope you guys have a great night. I will see you guys next time.